Hi friends, so the next topic in polity is the constitutional bodies. Okay, so before going to the topic, have the basic understanding of what is a constitutional body. Okay, the bodies which are mentioned in the constitution. Okay, our constitution got into force by Jan 26, 1950. So what are the bodies present in those that constitution is known as the constitutional bodies. So the exact opposite thing is the non-constitutional bodies, which is also known as the statutory bodies. Okay, so your non-constitutional bodies or statutory bodies are those bodies which are not mentioned in the constitution but later added by the act of a parliament. Okay, so when a body is not present in the constitution and added by your act of the parliament, then it is known as the statutory body. On the other hand, when a body is present in the original text of the constitution, that is known as your constitutional bodies. Okay, so that is the difference. So now we will deal about there are many constitutional bodies. So what we will do is just an overview. Okay, we will see an overview of all the constitutional bodies. Okay, first, and later we will discuss class by class about each bodies. Okay, so this is the tabular column. Have a very great understanding of this tabular column because it is going to help you in many government exams and in UPSC point of view also. Okay, so I will explain about this tabular column first of all, about the office. What are the office present constitutional body office? Next about the strength. Next about the term or tenure, and about the appointment, and about the removal, and about the reappointment. Regarding this office, this is the CEC means Chief Election Commissioner. Okay, that is CEC. UPSC means Union Public Service Commission, and SPSC means State Public Service Commission, and JPSC means Joint Public Service Commission, and CAG means Comptroller and Audit General of India, and your AG means Attorney General of India and Advocate General of India. Okay, this is the expansion of these terms. So now we will go into the office, this tabular column in detail. Okay, so first we will see about the strength. Okay, the strength of Chief Election Commissioner of the Election Commission body is determined. The strength is determined by the President. Okay, so in Constitution, the Constitution left this fixing of strength of this Election Commission body to the President. Okay, so President is going to fix the strength of this election body. So he has fixed the strength as one Chief Election Commissioner and two other election commissioners. So only one chief election commissioner and two other election commissioners. So totally three election commissioners are there. One is chief and other two are just election commissioners. Okay, but the salary, pension, everything, the power is same only, but there is a name change. Okay, so it consists of chairman and members means chief election commissioner and two other election commissioners. Okay, it is fixed by the president. The strength is fixed by the president then and there. Okay, because if you see this Chief Election Commissioner, before and all it is only a one member body, only one commissioner was there, but later on it was the strength was changed by the president. Okay, next about the UPSC, it also the strength of the UPSC is determined by the president. Okay, president is only going to fix the strength, chairman and members. There will be one chairman and some members. The strength of this body is also determined by the president. With respect to State Public Service Commission, the chairman and members, the strength is determined by the governor. Okay, because since it is state, okay, since it is state, it is fixed by the governor. And if you are Joint Public Service Commission, what is meant by this Joint Public Service Commission? We all know UPS means union, center, and S means state. So state. What is this joint? Okay, if two states want a common public service commission, then that two states can request to the parliament, and this JPSC will be formed by an act of the parliament. So these two, your UPSC and State Public Service Commission, both are constitutional bodies, but your JPSC is mentioned in the constitution, but it is formed by an act of parliament. Okay, so that is the difference here. And this chairman and members are determined, the strength is fixed by the president. Okay, so here UPSC the strength is fixed by the president, and JPSC also the strength is fixed by the president, but here since it is state, the strength is fixed by the governor. Okay, so with respect to CAG and your Attorney General, this both is a single member body. There will be only one member. There is only one CAG for India and one Attorney General of India and one Advocate General of India. Okay, so earlier these all bodies are a multi-member body and these two are a single member body. Okay, so the strength is only one. Next about the term. Term means tenure. Okay, with respect to Chief Election Commissioner and UPSC, it is 6 years and 65 years. Okay, both are same only. And with, since it is state, the year is changing here, 62 age. Okay, what is meant by the 6 years, 62 years age? It means the tenure is 6 years, or whether he's attaining the age of 65. Okay, whichever is earlier, they will take that one. Okay, if the tenure is 6 years or he's attained the age of 65, whichever is earlier, that will be taken. Okay, that is only the difference. And JPAC is also 6 years and 62 years of age. Since here state is concerned, state is included here, the age is 62 year. And for CAG, also it is 6 years and 65 years of age. With respect to your Attorney General of India and Advocate General of State, it is with respect to your pleasure of the President. Okay, with respect to Attorney General, it is President, and with respect to Advocate General of the State, it is left to the Governor. Okay, so this both posts, Advocate General and Advocate General, okay, they are acting on the pleasure of their President and the Governor. Okay, so pleasure means what? President can remove him at any term. Okay, if a member X is being appointed as the Attorney General of India last month, then by this month he can be removed without any reasons, because he is acting on the whole pleasure of the President. Okay, so that is the thing. With respect to Advocate General, it is left to the Governor. Okay, so that is the term. Next, about the appointment. Who is going to appoint those the body? Okay, it is by the President with respect to Chief Election Commissioner. Both your Chief Election Commissioner and the two other election commissioners, these three are appointed by your President only. Okay, appointment is by the President. UPSC also, the appointment is by the President. Both the chairman and the members, that is appointed by the President. Okay, the strength is also fixed by the President, and he is also appointed by the President. Okay, with respect to State Public Service Commission, he is appointed by the Governor. Okay, since it is state, he is appointed by the Governor. But one very important thing to note here is your State Public Service Commission, the chairman and members of the SPSC are appointed by the Governor, but can be removed only by the President. Okay, so this is very important. The State Public Service Commission's chairman and members are appointed by the Governor, but they can be removed only by the President. Okay, that is the power given to this body. Okay, so that is an independent power. Okay, actually. So Joint Public Service Commission, it is also by the President. Okay, President is only going to appoint the members and chairman. Okay, with respect to CAG, it is by the President, and with respect to Attorney General also, it is by the President. Okay, so that is with the appointment. Next is with the removal. We have studied about the appointment, so we should study about the removal now. So how can be removed from that post? With respect to your Chief Election Commissioner, the removal is equal to the removal of Supreme Court judge. So what is the removal of Supreme Court judge? While dealing with Supreme Court, I told about the removal of the Supreme Court judge. Okay, the removal of Supreme Court judge is a tedious process. Okay, why it is a tedious process? Because you need by an act of Parliament. Okay, if you want to remove a Supreme Court judge, then you should approach the Parliament, and the bill should be passed in the Parliament. Okay, that bill which is passed in the Parliament should be approved by both the House of the Parliament by a special majority. Okay, again I am saying, if you are having any doubt with majority, you can see my amendment video. Okay, that I have dealt in detail about this amendment procedures and types of amendments and types of majority. Okay, so getting the approval of Lok Sabha itself by a special majority itself a tedious process, but here you should get both the House approval with a special majority. So only it is a tedious process of removing a Supreme Court judge. Okay, the same thing is applicable to your Chief Election Commissioner. So you realize the power of the Election Commission, because it is an independent body. Okay, they should be independent. Okay, so that's why this power is given to them. Okay, so the removal of Chief Election Commissioner, both the Chief Election Commissioner or Election Commissioner, the other two election commissioners, if you want to remove these three members, you should the removal is equal to the Supreme Court judge. Okay, your Comptroller and Auditor General also, the removal is equal to the Supreme Court judge. Okay, so you can form an equation. Removal of Supreme Court judge is equal to removal of election commissioners is equal to removal of CAG. Okay, so it is the equation. These three are equal. Okay, so this is the similarity between this CEC and CAG. Okay, that is the thing. With respect to UPSC or your State Public Service Commission and JPSC, President can remove. Okay, both the chairman and members, your President is entitled to remove them. There are some grounds. Okay, so there are some grounds. In that ground, your President can remove. But when it comes to a misbehavior ground, there is a ground called misbehavior. When the ground is misbehavior, then your President, okay, will refer that case to the Supreme Court. the president will refer that case to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court will form a commission to inquire that case, and that commission will give an advice, okay, which means Supreme Court is giving the advice to the president, and that advice given by the Supreme Court is binding on the president. Okay, that's what I have written here, decision binding. Okay, president will refer the case to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court will give an advice. That advice or decision is binding on the president. Okay, that is with respect to UPSC, SPSC and JPSC. One very important point to note here is with respect to SPSC, the president is going to refer the case to Supreme Court only. Don't think that since it is state, your president is going to give it to High Court and all. It is not like that. Okay, whether it is UPSC or SPSC or JPSC, the president is going to refer the case to the Supreme Court only. Okay, so here your UPSC can confuse. Okay, UPSC can ask a little bit tricky here. So next with your Attorney General of India and Advocate General of India, the removal is by the president. Okay, so with respect to Attorney General, it is by the president, and with respect to Advocate General of the state, it is by the governor. So very clear, your Advocate General and your Attorney General and Advocate General both are acting on the pleasure of the president and the governor. So they can be removed by them without any reasons anytime. Okay, that is with the removal. Next we are going to the reappointment. So what do you mean reappointment? Whether they can be reappointed, whether they can be again appointed to the same office. That is the definition of reappointment. Now we'll see with respect to the Chief Election Commissioner. Okay, whether they can be reappointed? Yes, they can be reappointed. Okay, if a member X is being appointed as the Chief Election Commissioner or the respective election commissioners, then he can be reappointed. Again, he can be appointed as the same Chief Election Commissioner. Okay, so that is with the Chief Election Commissioner. Next with UPSC, SPSC and JPSC, Public Service Commissions, with respect to reappointment, generally it is no. Okay, with respect to your Union Public Service Commission, State Public Service Commission and the Joint Public Service Commission, reappointment to these three offices, it is strictly no. They cannot be reappointed to that office. Okay, but here one understanding is there. What is understanding is, your UPSC chairman is there. He is the highest. Okay, UPSC chairman is there. He cannot be reappointed. After his tenure, he is going to house only. That's okay. But the members of UPSC, cannot be appointed again as members of UPSC, but they can be again appointed as the chairman of UPSC. Okay, that is not being barred. Okay, the same is with your SPSC. The members and chairman, they cannot be reappointed again as members and chairman, but they can be appointed as members of UPSC or the chairman of UPSC. The same is with your JPSC also. Okay, so generally reappointment no. Okay, but that understanding, have that in mind. Okay, with respect to your CAG, it is no. He cannot be reappointed. The Comptroller and Auditor General of India cannot be reappointed to that office again. If a member X is reappointed, if the member X is appointed, then he cannot be reappointed. That is with CAG. And with respect to the Attorney General, yes, obviously he can be reappointed. Okay, so that is with the reappointment and removal, appointment, term and strength. And you can ask me one question, whether these are the only constitutional bodies. No, there are also some other constitutional bodies like your Finance Commission, the Commission on SC, STs and Linguistic Minority Officer, like that. Some constitutional bodies are there, but I didn't mention those office here, but I will deal in detail. Okay, when we are going to discuss by class, I will deal about that bodies also. Okay, so next we are going to see about the all these bodies especially. Okay, so one point to be noted here is this tabular column. Okay, this is very important because this is going to help you in your state government exam. Okay, because who is appointing, who is removing, whether he can be reappointed to the office, what is the tenure, like that. This based on this tabular column, your UPSC or your state government exam, they can confuse you very easily. So take a snap of this tabular column. Okay, study this tabular column, see this tabular column when you are studying about the polity. Okay, that is very important because what happens is, the aspirants, they will not concentrate, most of the aspirants will not concentrate on the last 50 or 100 pages of the Lakshmikant book. They will study about this parliament, state legislature, everything they will be very clear. But this last 50 to 100 pages, since they will think that it is only a very minimal page, they will not focus. But UPSC is focusing on that area. So this tabular column becomes very important. Okay, so next we will see about the every body's class by class. Okay.